Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome back to another speed build. So today I am building here again in the brand new world that came with the Lovestruck expansion pack, and this time I'm building some more apartments. This one is like a standalone apartment building, not a penthouse one like the last one, but if you guys did miss the penthouse apartments, I definitely recommend that you check it out. It was my last speed build. But I really like the way they turned out, and I actually decorated one of the apartments just yesterday, so that video will come out pretty soon. But I'm definitely wanting to decorate some more of them and decorate some of these too. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas on Sims that live in these apartments, definitely let me know. But for this one, I was just kind of winging it. I mean, I was looking on Pinterest because I'm always looking on Pinterest for ideas. And I was browsing around some like Art Deco styles in Mexico and just kind of apartment buildings in general, not only in Mexico and other parts of the Americas, but just kind of just different buildings that I could find just to get an idea of how I wanted this structure to look. But honestly, I really wasn't basing it off of anything specifically. I was just kind of going with what I thought looked good and building it piece by piece. I mean, I pretty much build that way anyways, but sometimes I'm specifically trying to recreate something or like a certain area of something, and then I build off from there. This was, yeah, just kind of winging it the whole time, but I think it actually turned out really good. I really like this courtyard area especially, and this was something that was inspired by an apartment where my friend lives in San Diego, and it's sort of like a Spanish colonial style building. And it looks pretty blocky from the exterior, but you walk through the entryway, which is similar to this one, and it opens up into a courtyard, which is really beautiful. It's really small. This one's big, but her apartment has a really small courtyard. It doesn't have a fountain either, but it has like this like greenery, and it's open to the sky, and it's just it's nice. It's a nice way to like walk to the different apartments, and so I wanted to bring something like that into this apartment. I'm not really sure if you would find something like that in Mexico necessarily, but I still thought it looked nice. I don't know, I've been wanting to do things that are more in a Mexican style building wise in this world, because of course that's what it's based off of, but I think everything that I build will probably have influences from all sorts of things, especially since I live in California, which is, you know, really close to Mexico. There's a lot of influence here, but it's, I'm sure, very Americanized. But anyways, as you can see, I'm starting to sort of figure out where staircases are going to go, start figuring out the floor plans. These two front apartments, there's 4 total, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. The 2 in the front are exactly the same. They're just mirrored from one another, and then same with the back too. They're just mirrored. So 4 apartments, each of them have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and hopefully a pretty good floor plan. I mean, it's hard to tell when you just do the floor plan before you place any furniture. I mean, I do the layout of the bathrooms and the kitchen, just adding like appliances and counters and cabinets, just very simple. Like, I wanted these to be move-in ready apartments. So the penthouse ones that I just did were floor plans only. I didn't pick out any wall texture, any flooring, any decor. So no cabinets in the kitchen, nothing like that. But this one does have those. So just a little bit different, but of course with these style of apartments, you can easily change everything. So I've been kind of griping about how with this new city world, we weren't getting actual apartments like we did with City Living or Eco Lifestyle, but I think these apartments are starting to grow on me. I've accepted it. I've accepted that I'm not getting the new apartments like I wanted, but I think the update of being able to build these for rent apartments on penthouse lots really is a huge changer for me, because it really makes it feel more like it's a tall city apartment, you know, building, rather than just something that we can build like this, which, I mean, I think you can give it that city feel, but it's definitely different being like in a high-rise penthouse location where you can have like huge views of the city. Like, it definitely gives that more apartment feel that I feel like City Living has, that I really like. And I like that they're so easy to keep renovating over and over, and so I'm gonna try to recreate that for myself with these apartments. Anyways, I've been rambling on, but I did the layout of the front 2 apartments, and then I'll do the layout of the back ones. The back ones, I did something where I made the entryway have like the staircase, and I don't think this would be the living area. I think this would be maybe just like an entryway. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like it's going to be a little bit weird to decorate. I'm hoping that it'll work out okay, but you'll see that when I don't know. I was like, should this be the dining room? Should this be just like a foyer sort of room? I don't know. So we'll see how it turns out once I start decorating it. But pretty much the style that I was going for this apartment is I wanted it to be a little bit run down, but I didn't want it to be like overly run down. But I think this wall texture gives kind of like a nice medium to that, because I think all the windows are nice, the doors are nice, the flooring's all clean and everything, but this wall texture brings in a little bit of that sort of rundown, weathered look that I think kind of gives it that happy medium. So let me know if you guys agree. But here on the front two apartments, I'm creating some balconies overlooking the courtyard, which I thought would be nice. They're just off one of the bedrooms. And so yeah, I thought that would look really good. And I think this wrought iron door is really pretty, and I thought that just looked so nice right there. I used a combination of, I think, pretty much all the style of windows that came with this expansion pack. I think this expansion pack actually came with really good buy items, like build-wise. But when it comes to like the decor, I feel so let down, and I still feel let down. Like, I just did an interior in the penthouse apartments using, you know, no custom content, and I felt like even using all of the packs, I really struggled to create the look that I was going for, and I wish this expansion pack would have came with a complete set of furniture. Like, there's like pieces here and there. There's some Art Deco stuff. There's some more, I guess, traditional, perhaps, Mexican items. I'm not really sure about that, but that's the vibe that they're giving me. And then there's the silly Lovestruck items, but nothing's, I feel like, complete. And I really would have loved to see like a complete set of Art Deco furniture, or a complete set of traditional Mexican furniture, or just something that was complete. But I feel like it's just pieces here and there, and it's very frustrating to me, because like we got this really cool chair that's like leather, and it has this sort of woven, I'm not sure if it's wood or what it is exactly, at the bottom, and there's a matching side table, but there's no couch that matches it, and like there's no dresser, and there's no like traditional looking desk. Like, I would have liked more just traditional, maybe, I don't know, just regular furniture, or even a complete set of the Art Deco stuff. I just don't really like the look of some of the furniture, like the Art Deco end table and dresser. Like, it's all one color. Like, even the door, like the handles on the drawers, it looks like they've been painted over. I don't know, it just kind of gives a weird look to me. It's just a stylistic choice, I guess, that I just don't quite agree with. But I don't know, I'm a bit disappointed in that area, and I'll probably not talk about it anymore, because I don't want to be overly negative in my videos. I just want to like express my opinion, and hopefully the Sims team will hear it, and the next time we get a new expansion pack, maybe we'll get a complete set of furniture and not just pieces here and there. I don't know. Let me know if you guys agree. I really like the world, though. The world is beautiful. It's detailed. I'm really enjoying building here. The build items, like I said, are awesome. I'm really liking them as well. My only complaint is that the windows and doors didn't come in the medium wall height too. Especially the doors. I think that would have been really useful. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. But anyways, here I'm moving on to the back apartments, working out the floor plan, trying to figure out how I'm going to make this all work, because I wanted to have a balcony as well overlooking the courtyard, because I feel like having a courtyard like this in the center of apartments, you would need a balcony overlooking it, and it would be like a crime not to have them. And so I think I make it work. The floor plan for this one was a little bit trickier, just because this area over here at the right side, I was like, okay, is this like just a really weird shaped bathroom, or can I separate it into two rooms? And so I made it one room pretty much, except for it has like a tiny little offshoot of it, and I was thinking that's like a laundry room. And so I end up making some laundry rooms in the front apartments too, and they're more just like little closet laundry spaces. So I think that actually worked out really nicely, and it actually gave this weird room more more purpose and it made it look a little bit more just better planned out, because at this point I was like, I don't really know. It looks a little bit weird, but I think it ends up looking good in the end. I really love these windows, these little small square windows, how one of them is open and the other one is closed. I really like being able to add that variety, and I just think they look so good. So I really like those. And then each apartment has its own outdoor area. The ones at the back have a bit more of like a smaller outdoor area. Not by much, just a little bit smaller, just because the way the build turned out. And then I do make a sidewalk that goes around the build, and then I add some dumpsters at the back, thinking that they were just kind of like communal dumpsters, which I think makes sense for a build like this. And I was gonna add these roof decorations all the way around, and then I started doing that and it just looked so busy to me. And so I felt like just having the flat roof with the platform tool around the entire building looked the best, and then just having the details at the front just to add a bit more character, but not too much. I think it just sort of added some detail without making it look too busy or anything, and I think trying to put them everywhere would just make it look too busy. So yeah, I decided that's what I would do. And then here I'm just adding some roof decorations for ventilation and air conditioning and those sorts of things. And then also these little water tower decorations I thought looked really cool, so I added a couple of those up there. I'm not sure if they're functioning. They came with the expansion pack, and so maybe they're functioning. I haven't really looked into it, but yeah, I thought they looked good up there. Here at the front, I wanted to create some like planter boxes with some trees and flowers and everything, and I wanted it to feel like it was part of the environment. So I think having the sidewalk go around the building made it feel more like it belonged into the neighborhood and everything, so I thought that looked pretty good. And here I'm just picking out some lighting, and then I pick out the flooring, the stairs, all of that sorts of stuff. I end up using a combination of wood floor and tile. It's probably more common in a home like this, or you know, an apartment like this, to see probably more tile. But I like having the combination between tile and wood, so I mean that's something that you could easily switch up if you prefer to have more tile. But for the kitchen, I decided to use these base game counters and then the stove and refrigerator that came from the what was that called? Jungle Adventure. I couldn't remember the name of the game pack. The Jungle Adventure game pack is where I got the stove and refrigerator, and I think they look really good. I use different color combinations of tile, of the counters, and of the stove and refrigerator in each of the apartments, but they're all the same object. So I'm using a few different packs here. The penthouse ones that I just created, it was a limited pack build. This one's still pretty limited, but I wasn't trying specifically to only use like 3 different packs. But the penthouse one was base game, Lovestruck, and for rent, and this one I used a few different things. So yeah, but thankfully it's easy to swap them out if you don't have one of these expansion packs or game packs or whatever. But over here is going to be the bathroom. I really loved using this tile. We got some really nice tile with this expansion pack, especially the wall decals, but with the placement of the windows, it didn't quite work using the decals in this apartment building, but I've definitely got some use out of them in the apartment that I just decorated in the penthouse. And I'm actually creating my own recolors. So if you guys are on my Patreon page, you'll see the recolors there. I also will post them to Tumblr just to sort of get like a preview in case you guys want to check it out there. And then they'll be available on my Patreon for a month early, and then free to everybody. But yeah, I'm really liking the way they're turning out. So I just released some solid ones, but right now I'm working on some patterns. So hopefully the patterns will be done soon. And I also created some artwork for this expansion pack because I felt like I needed more, and across my different pieces of custom content, I felt like I didn't really have any that would specifically work for the theme of the world. And so I tried finding my own, and I think they turned out really good. So definitely check it out if you guys are interested in that. But over here is going to be the upstairs bathroom, and I'm using my favorite shower. I just really love this shower. And I thought it also made the apartment feel like it had a bit of like an update or something, because like I was saying, I wanted these to be a bit on the cheaper side, but I didn't want them to be like completely run down cheap apartments. So it's somewhere in between. They've had some updates, but some things are still a little bit worn and stuff, like the exterior paint. But yeah, here I'm just picking out some other colors for the other apartments, just sort of figuring out how everything's going to work. I don't show everything because it does get a little bit repetitive, but I think I show me picking out the colors for the apartments. I might not do that, but anyways, that's the entryway that I was talking about. Looking at it now, I think it's too small to put a dining table. It's definitely just more of an entryway. You would probably definitely put the dining table in the kitchen. Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense. But I really love the way these back ones turned out. I'm really excited to decorate them. But like I said, if you guys have any ideas on Sims, let me know, because I'm not really sure who should live in these apartments. I'll try to think of some ideas. But here I'm just, again, picking out the colors that I think work with the flooring. That's pretty much what I was basing all of these interiors off of, is what tile I was using. So this one has the sort of like creamy squares, and then it also has the tiny orange squares. And so I decided to go with the orange refrigerator and the orange stove. I was going to use an orange tile, but it was just too orange for me. It felt very overpowering. So I think bringing it in subtly with the appliances was the better option. And then I'm not sure if I actually like the peach wall color with it. I don't know, maybe I'll change that if I decide to decorate this apartment. We'll see. But anyways, over here is that little room that I was talking about off of the bathroom. And so I decided just to make it like a utility closet. And right there I just placed I think it's like a water heater, or yeah, I think it's a water heater. But anyways, I scaled it down, and so thinking about it after placing it, I'm like, it actually might block the washer and dryer from being functional. So I end up moving it to the balcony and thinking it just had like a water heater on the exterior of the building, which I mean might be realistic. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it actually worked out pretty well that way. And then it's just a tiny little laundry room. And then I do create one in the front apartments too, like I mentioned. But over here I'm picking out the colors for this apartment, and I really like this color of tile. It almost has like a purple color to it. And then it has the orange and the yellow, and I just thought it was so pretty. And so I really liked it. It's kind of like a reddish purple, but yeah, I think this one turned out really nice. So I'm excited to decorate that one. And so I'm just quickly placing all of the counters and the appliances, just mirroring the other apartment. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys have a favorite color scheme for the interiors. I think I like the ones on this side the best. I mean, I kind of like the blue one at the front. The orange one, I'm not so sure about. I'm definitely going to have to play around with that if I decide to decorate it. But anyways, over here just decorating the laundry room, copying over the bathroom items. Kind of repetitive, but I don't know. These builds are always so hard to talk about when actual Sims aren't living here, because I feel like when I'm decorating a build for specific Sims, it's so much easier to talk about their personalities or why I'm choosing specific furniture, but talking about a building is a lot harder. So I don't know if you guys can notice, but anyways, over here I'm creating the laundry room in the front apartment. So it's just sort of like a closet, and I decided to put a curtain blocking the entryway to it. So it's just kind of like an open space with like a curtain, so you can close the washer and dryer that way. It's what I was imagining, because unfortunately having a little small room like this, I would have to turn the washer and dryer or make it like a tiny little room, and I couldn't use an archway. But I think this was a good way to do it. And I used this curtain that came with For Rent, which I mean isn't necessarily the style of the build or the world, but I thought the patterns were fun and it kind of had colors that worked for the interior, so I just went with it. But of course you could switch it out for other ones that you think look better. But over here I'm just creating a little pathway leading to the staircase at the sides of the builds in their little private yard areas. And then back here I'm going to place some dumpsters, and then I do the landscaping here in just a moment. And the landscaping's pretty simple. I added some trees, some greenery, some flowers, but yeah, it's nothing too overdone. And I didn't add any personal decorations in the individual apartment areas, even on the exterior. I thought about adding some decorations to the window boxes that I added, because those actually have slot points, so you could add little potted plants and stuff out there, which I think is such a cute idea. So I will definitely be doing that whenever I decorate them. But here I'm working on the landscaping, so adding some bushes to these planter boxes. I also add some of these trees that we got with the expansion pack, some of the purple trees. I think I add 2 of them at the front, if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe I don't. Maybe I add them in the back. I was thinking I added the purple ones, but I guess just green ones. There's so many purple trees in this world, but they're really pretty and vibrant. I wish there maybe would be a little bit of variety, maybe like a green swatch or a different flower color, but the purple is so pretty. I really like it. I saw some people thinking it was a bit overpowering in the world, and I don't know. I think it's done well. Let me know what you guys think about it. But I really like the purple trees, and I really like this plant. I mean, it's always kind of a crime, I don't know, that the plants are hidden in the live edit objects. I mean, it's easy for me because I use Better Build and Buy, so it's easy to access the live edit objects. Oh, I do add them. Okay, I was like, I feel like I add them in the front. But yeah, I just put them here in the little, whatever you call those tree things, the little tree stands. But yeah, they're always hidden in the live edit objects, which I use Better Build and Buy, and if you use your Sims game on a PC, I highly recommend getting the tool mod and the Better Build and Buy. It's like a game changer for the building. But anyways, here I'm just gonna add some more plants in the individual yard spaces. Pretty simple though. I wanted it to feel like full of plants, but not like the individual Sims have tidied to the plants. Like this is how it would be if you moved into it. So yeah, that's what I was imagining. But anyways, I'm just going to add those plants and then we're on to the screenshot. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this build. Hopefully you guys also liked the penthouse. Let me know if you guys watched that one as well. And if you have any other apartment ideas or Sims that you can imagine living in the apartments, I would definitely really appreciate that because it'd be very helpful for me. But yeah, also let me know what you guys are thinking about this expansion pack. And I hope you guys enjoy the screenshots. And I think that's about it. So as always, I really appreciate you guys watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
The fall is coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin. Tonight the whiskey feels stronger. Gasoline on hidden desires. So I'll throw